We want to eat healthy oils, essential oils. We eat healthy foods and vegetables and every single thing. We eat all healthy, but even the healthiest essential fatty acids gets rancid instantaneously if your RS species in your body is too high. Now, all of a sudden, you have all this healthy diet, but guess what? You have all the oxidative stress in your body is converting into oxidized cholesterol. Please still eat a healthy diet. Don't get disturbed by a healthy diet, but have a precursor to quench all those free radicals. So the healthy diet is actually helping us instead of hurting us.
Dr. Nayan Patel, a pleasure to have you here today.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Well, I always love talking to you, and we're going to talk about this incredible topic. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about, and literally 1 or 2 minutes, but let's talk about you, like you, your background, why you do what you do, why you pick this one thing, which is admittedly a super important thing. But your area of focus is really honed in on a very, very specific compound for human health and longevity and all the things.
The thing is, I'm exposed to so much medications every single day in my life. Nothing is solving problems.
Yeah.
All we're doing is managing problems.
Mm-hmm.
Managing problems it's a job for computer people, right? Subscription every month, you pay a monthly fee and we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Not in medicine. Medicine, you cannot pay a subscription fee every month and we'll take care of you. No, we deter it every single month. And that's the reason I said, you know what? I want to work on a molecule that can change.
Mm-hmm.
That can have dramatic change in a life. And as a chemist, pharmacist, the only molecule that has been the most extensively studied ever is glutathione. And yet, we have no product that is approved by FDA or any of the agencies in the world to give a molecule that can be that we can work with.
Yeah.
So that's why we're working on it.
Nice.
I don't know if that's big enough or not.
No, it's plenty big. So let's talk about glutathione, what it is, why it's so hard to get. I mean, our bodies are designed to make glutathione.
Plenty of
Some people make more than others.
Mm-hmm.
We make more at some times of our life than others.
Yep.
Like all the important good things, we make less as we age.
Yes.
But let's talk first about let's talk about glutathione, what it is, what it does, why it's important, and then I'm going to ask you my next set of questions. So let's start with that one.
So the glutathione is a tripeptide that is most abundantly produced in the body and has two main purposes that it's been known for. It probably has other functions too, but the two main functions it's known for is neutralizes all the free radicals. Either we get it from outside sources like sunlights or chemicals or alcohols or whatever, and endogenously, which we produce inside our body by chemical reactions. Every single processes that we use to do our daily functions, the byproduct is a reactive oxygen species or reactive nitrogen species. Could be either one. Those are all, if not neutralized, they bring havoc in the whole body.
Yeah.
And so that's one function, is to neutralize all those free radicals. The second part is even more profound, is it actually helps bind to all those known chemicals. First, it has to find it, bind it, release it.
Yes.
So all those three things have to be done by glutathione, in the sense that it aids the liver in process of finding the toxic chemicals, binding the toxic chemicals, and eliminating all the toxic chemicals. That's why it's so profound in my dictionary.
Yeah. No, well, that sounds pretty darn profound to me.
Yes.
So those were the first questions. So now, in the event, so some people also genetically, their pathways for making glutathione are not as optimized. And I don't like to refer to it as a negative. It's just some people seem to be better at it than others.
Exactly.
Just their pathways are more upregulated. Some people are more downregulated. So it leaves them open maybe to more issues because they can't neutralize those free radicals or bind toxins and have them removed from the system. So this, which brings us to the place of, okay, well, if I can't make it, where am I going to get it? And how am I going to get it? And let's talk about glutathione as a molecule. Like it's not tripeptide. It's not big.
It's not very big, but it's big
huge,
enough.
But it's big enough. So how hard is it to get it into the cell where we need it? Or how hard is it can I just take a glutathione pill and say, I've got glutathione? People do glutathione IVs.
I know.
How bioavailable is the glutathione out there? Like there's different ways to get it. So maybe we can talk a little bit about, there's also glutathione precursors, like it's NAC.
NAC.
So let's talk a little bit about what are the different avenues, because you've chosen a different delivery method than most, but we can get it from food. So can we talk a little bit about getting it from food, the precursors, and then...
Oh my God! You asked me like almost 11 questions.
No, okay. So let's start with precursors. Let's talk about getting it from food.
I'll do every one of them for you. Don't worry. I'll do every one for you, because it is that important, right? And you're right. Some people have the gene mutations or the inability to conjugate the 3 amino acids to produce the glutathione. Everybody's different. It's very prominent in the kids with autism. Some of the kids with spectrum disorders, they may have the mutation where they're not able to process glutathione or make glutathione at all.
Right.
And so those are really, you can see really fast how the body digresses with the gut issues and excretion issues. And so they have a profound impact if the glutathione is the problem, to have a solution for those people. It's not going to solve
so that's
everything.
Extreme.
Very extreme, yeah.
Let me ask you another question before we get into the different forms of glutathione and how to get it. Are there signs and symptoms? Is there something that I would feel or show up as if I wasn't making enough glutathione, if I was deficient? Would there be a way for me to notice that? Or is it just so prevalent that it would be hard? Because you just said with children with autism.
Yeah, but not all.
When they have that.
When they have it.
Yeah,
but
because autism is a spectrum, right?
Exactly,
it could be many different things. Yeah.
And not everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
But if they do have a problem, then the impact of having glutathione as a supplement is a profound impact on those patients.
Wow.
The kids have just responds really, really good. But not all kids have the same problem.
Right.
Like same thing with the adults and all the other people, they have diminished glutathione levels.
Yeah.
You don't catch on until later on. Because the oxidative stress starts increasing and it filters into liver damage issues and metabolic disorders and diabetes and cholesterol issues and heart issues and brain issues and brain fog.
Right.
I mean, I have so many people with the brain fog walking around. I said, I had no idea there's something to clear up with brain fog. Or they didn't even know that there's something like how to be...
not brain fog.
Yeah. They don't even know that part.
Yeah.
I had no idea that this is how you're supposed to feel if you have no brain fog. So anyways, those patients are very hard to diagnose or to find out who has glutathione deficiencies. So we have all these products, and you asked me the right question. Does it all work? I said, 140 years we have known about glutathione, and nobody figured out how to get inside your body, because you know why? Because we always think that us as a physician and as a practitioner, my job is to get inside your body, either by mouth, eye drops, nose sprays, injections, I don't care, whatever, suppositories, doesn't matter, right? Once it goes inside the body, doctors, pharmacists, my job's done. Now body,
you figure it out.
You figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
And guess what? The body goes, I cannot take this form. Sorry. Right? If he cannot take this form, what it does, let's say if we inject it. If we inject it, it only stays in the plasma, never enters the blood cells, and plasma goes straight to the kidneys, and within 5 minutes or 15 minutes, just cleans everything out. So it dumps in the urine, everything.
Interesting.
But here's the thing. Body still needs to make glutathione. So what does the kidney does? It reabsorbs part of the cysteine and dumps it back in the bloodstream.
Okay, so that's one of those amino acids.
One of those amino acids of the three of the what glutathione makes up for. So cysteine, you see a size spike of cysteine in the blood.
Is that good?
That's a good thing, because now cysteine is getting used to produce glutathione on your own. So body, what did body do? I said, yes, you give me the whole food, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take what I need, dump the rest, and I'll take care of it. But you just said earlier, if somebody has an issue where they cannot conjugate, they cannot make the glutathione, then you can give all the substrates you want. You can eat all the healthy diets you want, but your body's not going to be able to make it. Then we got a problem.
Right.
Right? We have a major problem with that kind. So the different technologies that exist right now, I mean, as a company pharmacist, you tell me what you want, I'll make it for you. You don't know spray, I'll make you. I make eye drops. I can make a suppository. I used to make inhalation solutions for a lot of ball players for decades, right? I used to make IV glutathiones for decades. I stopped all of those because none of them actually improved the glutathione levels above what your body can produce.
Right.
And that's the distinct factor that I want to mention, is that the body is only going to produce so much because it has 100 other things to do.
Yeah.
It's like if I ask my wife to do one thing, I say, you know what I have to do? I got to take care of this things. And you want me to do one more thing? I don't think so. Right? The body has so much things to do. And I say, yes, you want to make glutathione? I'll make it. But I have other things to do in my life as well, besides just making glutathione. So it only produces enough. But to get by. But if our needs are much higher, then we need supplementation that is actually going to get absorbed. And the bigger question that I have is, we all on this healthy diet, right? We want to eat healthy oils, essential oils, we eat healthy foods and vegetables and every single thing. We eat all healthy, but even the healthiest essential fatty acids gets rancid instantaneously if your RS species in your body is too high.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, you have all this healthy diet, but guess what? You have all the oxidative stress in your body is converting into oxidized cholesterol. Ooh. Bad news.
We don't want oxidized cholesterol.
Please still eat a healthy diet. Don't get disturbed about a healthy diet, but have a precursor to quench all those free radicals. So the healthy diet is actually helping us instead of hurting us.
So the NAC, that's N-acetylcysteine.
Yes.
So that's kind of like getting the IV and just providing the cysteine, which is a signaling molecule to the body virtually, and one of the building blocks
of
glutathione. But it depends on your genetics, fundamentally, how much of that cysteine you're going to be able to convert into glutathione.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
So now what about when I'm taking, I don't know, liposomal glutathione? There's supplements out there that are liposomal glutathione. I'm only going to ask this one question.
Because the liposomes, it's meant to protect from the harsh conditions in your gut, in your stomach.
Yeah.
And it does very well.
Yeah.
But then it goes into the intestines where it gets absorbed. What does intestines do with the protein molecule? It breaks it down. Exactly. The study was done in the University of Texas where they measured the glutathione with liposome technology, and they saw within 90 minutes a rise of all the amino acids in the blood.
Because they always broke them down into the three. Tripeptide.
Tripeptide. So they saw a rise of all the amino acids in the bloodstream, which is not bad.
Yeah.
They use the building blocks to produce a glutathione. So it works. It does work.
Yeah.
But not because you consume glutathione.
Well, and the limiting factor is going to be your pathways, right?
That's
so it's not going to make up for if you're genetically predisposed to making less.
And now we are finding out more and more how many people have these gene SNPs issues. I'm hoping in the next five years or so, every human being is going to get tested for gene mutations. We'll know the exact number of how many people have these issues where they cannot produce glutathione enough. If the number, so far the number is staggering.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, I mean, I've run a lot of genetic testing, and a lot of people have this downregulated pathway, including me. So okay, so if I take it by IV, it's going to increase my systemic cysteine, which my body will, to the best of its ability, use to produce more glutathione.
That's right.
If I'm taking it orally, it's going to get broken down into its three components, and there's going to be an upregulation. Again, I'm going to be somewhat limited by my body's ability to make it. NAC, same deal. Cysteine. All right. So now we have, and eating foods, right? High-sulfur foods are going to help us to make more produce.
There comes my technology.
The what?
There comes my technology, glutathione.
Yes.
When it came, I had no intention of making it topical.
Yeah.
No intention.
Because we're sitting here thinking, okay, putting it in my mouth, that gets it inside my body.
Yeah.
Putting it in a needle in my arm, that's going to get it into circulation.
Skin is not that
But
thing.
skin, I'm like...
No. But the thing is, thank God I follow the science, right? Because if you follow nature, everything is around us. We put a blindfold against what we want to see, what we don't want to see, right? If I had a preconceived idea that if this molecule has to go get through one of those orifices in your body, then I would have failed it.
Yeah.
But then my science led to me that, hey, this actual molecule, the way I created the complex, goes through your skin. And when I discovered that part, that this goes through your skin, my light bulbs went up. I said, okay, how is it working? What is it doing? If it's going through your skin, I need to figure out how to get
Then where does it go from the skin? How
to get the particles small enough to get through the skin, every single thing, right? So that's the technology we have created, that it actually gets into the intracellular layers of intraskin layers, and there's where it binds to what we call lipid rafts about your cells, and it delivers glutathione into the cells through that one little channel.
Wow! So as a compound,
as a whole
it doesn't
compound,
break it up.
Doesn't break it up. Delivers the whole thing as is. And when I did that,
it's mind blowing.
I'm crazy. So, oh my God, what is this thing? I can apply over here. I can taste my mouth. I apply over here, and the brain fog clears up in like 15 minutes. And it's just, how is it going all over the body? But see, that's the thing, right? I don't know. If you ask me how does it work, I don't know.
All you know is it works.
All I know is it works. I can predict how it works, and I have some theory how it works, but I know it works.
But you just know it works.
I know it works, at least.
So yeah, so your product, so the product it's called Glutaryl, and there's a more potent form as well. Yeah. But it's applied to the abdomen, ideally over the liver. Am I correct about that? Or you can put it anywhere?
So I apply on my arms. So you see my arms are shaved up. So I apply on my arms. I apply on my belly. It doesn't really matter. My wife applies on her face.
Really?
So, yeah.
So we do have to tell the audience, just when you get your bottle and you spray it on whatever body part has no hair that you choose, there will be a certain aroma of sulfur, which, to many people is not pleasant, but it doesn't last very long. It lasts maybe for a minute, right?
A couple of minutes, yeah.
And then sometimes it leaves a little bit, it can be a bit sticky, but I find just putting some kind of lotion on, you have to wait a little bit, right?
But if you rub it on for about a couple of minutes, the stickiness goes away. Yeah. Completely. And then you put lotion over it.
Yeah. And then it's gone.
Yeah. And the smell, it's a smell for sulfur, it's a smell for good health, by the way. Just to let you know.
Yeah. You need to change. To me, you reframe it.
You reframe it, right?
Right.
Body from inside is not smell roses.
Yeah.
Okay?
To be clear.
To be clear.
Yeah.
Our body is stinky.
Yeah.
Really foul.
And this belongs in your body.
This belongs in your body, so it's not going to be smell roses, by the way.
That's right.
But it works.
I love it. I love it. I mean, think about it, right? Most of the perfumes out there are endocrine disruptors. They smell lovely, right? They get across the skin.
That's right.
They make a mess. So the last thing I want to say, because I could talk to you forever, but in your book, you give this great example. I think it was of a child who had really bad skin condition. Was it psoriasis, eczema? And they put the glutathione spray on, and it was dramatic.
It was some sort of autoimmune condition.
It was an autoimmune
conditions they have. I forgot the exact story about it in my book. But
you said, even though it smelled bad, it made such an impact on this child's skin.
Exactly. The kids hated the smell of it also, but the results were so dramatic, right? It took him a couple of months to get the results, but once the results were there, because the kid was struggling for a while, itching all the time, and just struggling for a long time. And as a kid, you don't want to think about those kinds of things, right?
No, you want to be playing and hanging out.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to think about body issues. And so it's a profound impact in his life.
Probably changed it completely.
It changed his life. And the thing is, how the parents felt. It's to me, the mental stressors that would diminish is much more than the child going through the problem.
Well, I mean, it's watching your child suffer is one of the most horrible things as a parent, right?
Yes,
so Well, we could keep talking.
I know.
We have to stop, unfortunately. So, Dr. Patel, how do people find out more about your product and your research? I know you have a great website. You have an amazing, like the book is fantastic.
Yes.
You did a beautiful job with that book.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You can go to my website, aurowellness.com. It's AURO wellness.com. We have a skincare line and a wellness product. Both get the book on there. Sign up for the blogs and the newsletters. I do take some time to write weekly blogs and newsletters just to educate people. And that's a good way to stay in touch.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.